Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. This is Diego Ross, the international video producer. And as you know, I've been traveling all around the world. I've been traveling all around Colombia. And some people are asking me, well, I've met this beautiful Colombian and I want to get married in Colombia. How do I do this? Well, this is how you do it. Now, I'm not an immigration attorney. I'm not representing myself as an attorney. I'm representing myself as a private citizen, and I'm just passing on information that I've learned in my travels in Colombia. You can get married in Colombia either in a church or by a Colombian notary. And if you get married in a church, in a religious ceremony, then that marriage must be registered at a notary as well. And getting married by a Colombian notary is very common among foreigners and their Colombian spouses. Now, here is a basic visa process for a marriage visa or an M visa, migrant visa. First, you got to contact the notary that you want to use for your civil marriage. You could Google notaries in Colombia, depending on which town you're living in. You could be in Bogota, Cartagena, Medellin, wherever you are. Find a notary. And then find out from that particular notary what documents are required. Every notary could be different. Make sure the notary you pick, you contact them and you find out exactly what documents it is that you need. Document requirements will vary from person to person depending on the personal situation also. Use a notary that has experience with foreigners. Then once you have found your notary, then present the following documents for getting married in Colombia. Here are the following documents that you're going to need. A photocopy of your Colombian future spouse's cedula. Now, a cedula is like a social security card. It's a cedula number. It shows that the person lives and resides in Colombia as a permanent legal resident, and that's how they pay their taxes, open up bank accounts, etc., and conduct business in Colombia. It's called a cedula. You need to get a notarized copy of your future spouse's birth certificate, and it cannot be older than 90 days. Now, not the birth certificate, the notary. The notary stamp has to be within 3 months. And please understand that this certificate needs to be on the long form version, which shows his or her marital status or estado civil. If you have, you're going to also need a copy of your birth certificate, and you need to get it apostilled in the state from where you live, with a Spanish language translation no older than 90 days. You also have to prove that you're single and eligible to be married. And this could include also, it will definitely require a copy of your divorce decree or divorce decrees if you've been married previously. This has to be translated into Spanish and apostilled in the state where you live. These documents must be recently apostilled and be no older than 90 days from the date of the apostille. You need a photocopy of your passport. A photocopy of your passport, which must be recent. It mustn't be about ready to expire. You got to have at least 6 months of expiration on your passport. And then you bring these documents to the notary, which you found, and they will review the documents and then schedule the civil wedding ceremony. Now, if you need an interpreter at your wedding, which I highly recommend you have one, they will charge you probably about $30 to appear. Living in Colombia is very inexpensive, and the cost of the marriage notary is about 140,000 pesos, and you can change that into dollars depending on the current exchange rate for the Colombian peso. All documents must have an apostille or legalization stamp from the state or province from where you live. If you are legalizing documents and you're processing your visa through the Colombian consulate, you need to send the documents obviously to the Colombian consulate before coming to Colombia. All documents, again, like I mentioned, must be translated into Spanish by an official translator. Now, these are the following documents that you're going to need to get married, to get the visa. Okay. If the person you are about to marry, the lady or gentleman you're about to marry, now this is the American marrying the Colombian, if the Colombian future spouse has children, then an inventory of assets will be required prior to getting married. An inventory of all the assets of the person you are marrying will be required before you get married. You will be, and that can take at least a month to do that, so be prepared for that. If you also need a photocopy of the first page of your valid passport showing your biographical data, and the photocopy can be either in black and white or color. You also have to show proof of legal entry into Colombia, which is your visa stamp in your passport. And it will show the last stamp of entry or departure from Colombia, which is normally a 90-day tourist visa. If you have had any previous visas before that, you may have had a residency visa. You may have had a retirement visa. You got to show proof of that too. And you need a letter from your future spouse. This is very important, and it needs to be notarized in Colombia, granting you legal power to apply for the visa. So basically, your future spouse, is saying, yes, I want to marry this person, and I'm giving this person the power and the authority to apply for this visa. And you need a notarized copy of your future spouse's cedula or permanent partner. You need to also get a marriage certificate from the Colombian government, and this must be issued within 90 days of your application to get married at the notary. And you need a passport style photo with a white background, 3 centimeters by 4 centimeters, and no greater than a maximum 300 KB JPG file for the online application. And once you've been married and you're happily married and you decide that you love living in Colombia and you want to live in Colombia for the rest of your life, you can change your marriage visa, your M visa, into a residency visa. And you won't have to give up your existing citizenship, because the nation of Colombia, the Constitutional Republic of Colombia, recognizes permanent dual citizenship. So you can be an American Colombian, a Colombian American, as does the U.S. agree with this with other countries. So I hope that helped you, ladies and gentlemen. If you're planning on getting married in Colombia, that was the basics on how to do it. I am not by any means an attorney, but I can say I've been to Colombia many times. I'm very familiar with the process. And have a wonderful rest of the day, wherever it is in the world that you may be living right now. Thanks for watching. Oh, and feel free to like and subscribe. If you like this video, feel free to like it. And if you subscribe, it doesn't cost you a dime to subscribe to my videos, but it does help other people find the videos and the content which they may also find useful for their future marriage to a Colombian. Thank you. Have a great day.